Good morning. So glad we get to have a few moments together. It's kind of exciting just to reminisce and talk and listen. You know, I love John chapter 20 and 21, talking about this risen one. And I can't shake it. You know, in history, we're like 10 days after the resurrection. You know, we're a week and a half after the resurrection. It seemed like so long ago, since he started the journey to the cross. We're less than 2 weeks into it. But I want to point out a couple of things that I just can't shake. One of them is on that resurrection day, this risen one asked Mary a question. He says, "Why are you crying? Why are you crying?" Can I tell you something about this risen one? He wants to talk to you about your tears. Why are you crying? And what he wants to tell every man and every lady when the tears are coming down their eye, as he said, let's talk about your tears. Why are you crying? And what he really tells Mary is, I haven't gone away. I haven't gone away. I want you to hear that, because some people think, like, where's the Lord? Where's God in all this? Where is the Lord? I haven't gone away. Let's talk about your tears. Why are you crying? The second thing he did, it was kind of cool. One of the things I like when I read that story is the disciples were hid away because of fear, it said. They were behind closed doors, hid away because of fear. And Jesus shows up. And why would he show up? He not only wants to talk to us about our tears, he wants to free us from our fears. So he says, I'm here, guys, I'm here. He tells Mary, I'm not gone away. He tells the disciples, I'm right here. Why? Because I want to free you from your fears. He's the same risen one, wants to free us from our fears. He doesn't want us to be afraid. He doesn't want us to live in fear. He wants to free us from our fears. So he says, I'm here. You need to hear that. I'm here. I'm here. Don't be afraid. I'm here. Don't be afraid. I'm here. It's so cool. And then just 8 days later, just a couple days ago in history, he shows up again the second time to the disciples because Thomas is there. Why? Because he wants to deal with our doubt. He wants to deal with our doubt. And so Thomas had some doubt, and we all have. But this risen one wants to deal with our doubt. So he will show up just to deal with our doubt. So just hear this risen one as he tells him, Mary, I want to talk to you about your tears. I've not gone away. I want to free you from your fears, guys. I'm right here. I've showed up, Thomas, to deal with your doubt. I'll show up to deal with your doubt. I will deal with your doubt. Why does he do that? Because he wants to unlock understanding in our life. He says, in all you're getting, get understanding. This risen one wants to continually unlock understanding. He does it in so many ways. He wants to unlock understanding. Why? To quiet unbelief. Unbelief is a voice. And he wants to quiet that unbelief. And so he keeps unlocking understanding. He'll talk to us about our tears. He will free us from our fears. He will tell us, I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. He will show up to deal with our doubt. Why? Because he's unlocking understanding, knowing that unlocking understanding, what it does, I can't shake this, it quiets unbelief. What's he doing all the time when he's dealing with us as human beings? He loves to update you. Let me update you, Mary. Let me update you guys. Let me update you, Thomas. I've not gone anywhere. I'm right here. I'm alive. I love you. I understand. He wants to unlock understanding because he loves to update you. Over and over again, he keeps updating me. He does it through inspiration. He does it through information. He does it in so many ways, through insight. He just keeps updating me and updating you and updating the Marys and updating the guys and updating the Thomases and updating the Ricks and updating you. He not only loves to update you, he loves to uplift you. I mean, he just wants to uplift you. I mean, he wants to encourage you and strengthen you and remind you. It's all about uplifting us. He loves to uplift us. And not only does he love to keep updating us to unlock understanding, keep uplifting us to unlock understanding, he will uphold you. I mean, there's so many things about it. He will uphold you. I mean, we have all these pictures and all these sayings and all these understanding that he will uphold you. Yes, he will. He's mighty. He's powerful. He's strong. He's amazing. I mean, all the things you could think about him, he will uphold you. So all the time, he's quieting unbelief, unlocking understanding. And what does that do when he updates you and when he uplifts you and he upholds you? He's calming uncertainty. I mean, he's actually calming the uncertainty in your life. I mean, he's actually, because, I mean, even in the boat, you know, they're so uncertain about their future. And he says, peace be still. And they said, even the winds and waves obey him. He calms uncertainty. You don't have to be uncertain about your future. You don't have to let uncertainty rule and reign. You don't have to let fear and doubt. You don't have to let sorrow and all the things that they were feeling. You don't questions. You don't have to let those. He will come and unlock understanding by updating us and uplifting us and upholding us. And he always is calming uncertainty in our life. It's so beautiful when you look at it in Scripture. Right here, John chapter 20 and 21. So the conclusion I do. It's an old song, but and it happened to those guys. It happened to Mary. It happened to the guys on the road to Emmaus. It happened to the disciples. It happened to Thomas. Is their love for Christ didn't diminish. I mean, and there's more stories we'll talk about when he met with them at the Sea of Tiberias later. But the thing is, in this time period, a week and a half, 10 days after the resurrection, and he's already doing all this stuff, and he continues to do it all down through history. He's been doing it and doing it and doing it. And those of us that know him, when he talks to us about our tears, and he frees us from our fears, and he deals with our doubt, when he says, I'm still here, and I love you, and when he shows up, and you know when he shows up, you know his presence, just like I do. And when he says, I'm here, when you actually feel him and know and sense and understand he's here, and that unbelief is quieted and that uncertainty is calmed. You know what my conclusion is? It's an old song. I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. He gets sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Lord and I. I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. That was Mary. I love you more today. I'm sure she felt that way. That was Thomas. I love you more today. Thank you for showing up. The disciples, we're so glad you're here. We love you, Jesus. When this happens, even with Peter later on the sea, we keep falling in love with him. Those of us that believe this risen one is alive, we keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. He gets sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Lord and I. So why does he quiet unbelief in our hearts and calm uncertainty? Why does he keep unlocking understanding? Why does he keep uplifting us and upholding us and updating us? The reason is he wants to use us. He wants to use you. He wants to use me. Did you hear me? He wants to use you. He wants to use me. He wanted to use Mary. He wanted to use Joanna. He wanted to use the disciples. He wanted to use Thomas. He wants to use us. So he has to unlock understanding to use us. He has to quiet unbelief to use us. He has to calm uncertainty to use us. You know what a good song? It's old too, because I'm old. And I know the new ones and I love them all. But just in my spirit, what naturally comes out is something that I grabbed hold of years ago. It's good to remind myself. And to remind you today, if you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. If you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. Take my hands, Lord, and my feet. Touch my heart, Lord, speak through me. If you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. Would you agree with that today? Because he wants to use you. He wants to use you. He wants to use you. Let there be a yes in your spirit. If you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. If you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. Take my hands, Lord, and my feet. Touch my heart, Lord, please speak through me. If you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. Thank you, Lord.